Man, what a wonderful world. Good old Friday, November 17th. What's happening out here? Um, man, so I watched the Shakur Stevenson fight yesterday. Watched all the fights yesterday. It was some good ones. Um, Navarrete fight was damn good. Um, damn good fight. Yeah, not bad. It was a good fight. It wasn't damn good. I try to choose my words carefully. Don't just throw stuff around loosely like that. But Shakur, man, he said he didn't feel good. Um, you know, I don't think he was running like Buddy said, De Los Santos. I can't stand when people do that after they fight or fight them and do boxing, right? I mean, it's part of boxing. I mean, you knew who you was fighting beforehand. You know you what your reputation is, having power, knocking people out. You thought he gonna sit there and just stand in front of you? Like you didn't have nothing for that, like nah, bro, that's your fault. You out there head hunting and not landing, and you thinking that Shakur supposed to be there for you because you want him to. That ain't how it go, man. I mean, you did what you could to avoid his punches. You just fight different. Um, he won the fight, said he didn't feel good, didn't like his performance. Um, I mean, I don't know. So I believe he deserved the benefit of the doubt. I guess to some people feel like Shakur be lying. So man, if you feel like he be lying, then shit, he ain't got no credibility with you. You ain't finna sit here and hear that bullshit. And I get it. My thing is, I go back in history, well, in the past, Shakur fights, and I mean, it ain't the first time I've seen him cautious like that, and I don't think he should be apologizing. I mean, if that was really your strategy, you wasn't going in trying to get hit by that man. Now, if you didn't feel good and you felt, that was like a C plus, then I don't know if you just want to let the world know that you needed to apologize to them, but that sounds like something you should have told them before the fight. Say, hey, man, I ain't feeling it today. So, I mean, I don't know how it's going to look. I'm finna get him to get that W, and then it's going to be whatever it is, and they going to understand. You got three legendary fighters, in, in, in the room with you. Floyd, Andre Ward, and Bud. Um, I'm sure they had fights where they wasn't at 100. No Floyd had for sure. Um, where he said he wasn't 100 and he came out with the win. And most of the time, them matches were the ones, those people got their rematch. Just so he could show you that, yeah, I wasn't. So, I mean, if you wasn't at 100 and you want to prove that, hey, I could have looked 10 times better, then give him a rematch then. I think the scorecards was close enough where it would warrant a rematch and it won't be questioned. You know, I mean, if you really are concerned about public perception or what your idols think about you or your big bros think about you, then I mean that's how you fix that. You know, do something like that, and ain't nothing people can say. You got to respect it. if that's what it was, and they give you more credibility if that's what you're seeking. I don't know what you're looking for, outside of, notoriety and belts and money. Um, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so but either way, it was a free fight. I didn't have to pay for it outside of my normal subscription that I got, paying for ESPN, ESPN Plus. So, I ain't gonna be too hard on the fight. I just say kind of react to what Shakur had to say and just the W itself. You won. Wasn't the best looking, but you won. You wasn't fighting just no cupcake either, That's when you kind of apologize for your performance when it's a cupcake, um, in my opinion. But either way, Devin Haney had some stuff to say. I don't know why boxers do that. Like, man, y'all show rip people up after they fight, and I'm sure it's just retaliation because Shakur be like that too. So he do the same thing to boxers. Jump on social media and diss them after they fights. Frank Morton, I think he'll put like a laughing emoji. I don't know if it was a result to that fight, but I mean, as far as how I look at it from your standpoint, it really not a laughing matter for you, because then that was an opportunity for you to showcase your skills. You win that fight, your next fight, you mess around and get a for real million for that fight because your name is ringing bells. You beat Shakur. I get it. Nothing's ever what it said is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And I don't know the whole story behind that. Maybe I think I remember somebody saying Frank was just like, hey, just throw me a few extra, whatever, and kind of help me out with paying everybody. And Shakur really wasn't with it. So I mean, Frank a man, he got the right to stand for whatever he felt like he worth. But just like you felt like Devin, I'm sorry, Shakur should have took that lower percentage versus Devin. I mean, just to get that notoriety or that win, you could have did the same thing. And then that comeback, that next fight, if he want to rematch, you get the money. Or whoever you fight next, I mean, you pretty much, you the man almost, man. I mean, just because you the first one of the undefeated fighters that are considered to be on that level or potentially on that level to beat one of the other ones, You've been there. I guess Tank you could say Tank did because he beat Ryan. I don't know how people, I know Ryan's name definitely is on that level. I don't know, if the boxing world considers his boxing skills. I don't. Even though I think he's very skilled, I just think it's a notch below them. And I ain't just 100 on who number 1, 2, 3, and none of that. Like I say, if I had to choose, then I'm going with Tank to win against all of them. But I could be wrong, man. All them dudes cold. So me saying that ain't knocking nobody. Just keeping it 100 shit. That's what I see. And I know for sure other people see it differently. And I don't give a damn. But either way, man, Shakur, keep going, young fella. Keep fighting. I know you ain't gonna never see this video, but shit, it is what it is. Love your boxing skills. despite not feeling good, you won. I never knock a person for who they beat. You credit for winning because you won. I've seen too many great fighters lose to people that were well below them in the skill level. So to win, it should never be underrated, for lack of a better word. You know, we can't. We got to stop knocking people for winning. You know, who you lose against is how I look at it. You losing against people that's no good, then you ain't no good. You losing against great fighters, I mean, you just not the best. You know, or the greatest. Um, but that's how I look at it. Just want to chop it up on that real quick. Looking forward to this Wilder card, is what I call it. Not as Wilder, Parker, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Valine. I don't know who Bevo fighting, and I don't know who Big Baby fighting. Um, I think Wilder going. I seen Big Baby kind of pushing the energy towards Anthony Joshua and kind of trying to side with Wilder. You know, like I don't like, but that ain't gonna work, dog. You gotta see that man. You've been talking all this stuff about him and his wife. There ain't no if. Since you've been talking all this stuff, since way back when, before the steroids, before even the first steroids, you don't have to see that man. You should want to see him and shit. You know, it is what it is. Y'all need to get that on. You know, not if you saying it's true or not. Just all out in the public, just saying this shit like it's cool. You know, like that's the only chick you done hit. If it ain't, then why she the only one you talking about? You know, just seem a little messy, man. You know, we don't do the mess. Not in the big text. Well, yes, we do, but I don't. But yeah, man, that's how I feel. Want to see that heavyweight. It is a good card. You know, I hope it turn out to be great fights. Um, Fury and Usyk in February has been announced. They had their press conference. That should be a good fight. Hopefully it's great. And at some point, hopefully we get an announcement about Earl and Bud rematch. And I don't care what nobody say. I want to see the rematch, you know. Most people that don't want to see it was the people that didn't have a horse in the fight or they horse won. Ah, we good. You know, I get it. But that's boxing. This is, well, that's the boxing I came up on. Rematches. You know? Back in the 80s and stuff, you would see rematches. People would give rematches and people's cool, you know? You could lose because you had a rematch. I mean, and we fought in real life. If you took an L and didn't want no get back, I mean, and I don't mean shooting a motherfucker. I mean, like, to get back and fight them again, then you're just a coward. And it just show how we got to this day and age to where nobody think a rematch is worth it because you feel like whatever happened the first time, it's going to happen again. You know, and maybe it's because of the way it happened. And then if that's the case, I get it. If it was just like obvious like it was and people like, maybe if it was close, I would want to see it. But still, even close fights, you don't see a rematch on nowadays. So I don't know. Hardly ever. You know, you got to have that rematch clause now. The other fighter ready to move on and do something else. But yeah, we just saw more rematches and legendary rematches and trilogies, you know, rubber matches, and you know all the different names they had for these repeat fights. So I would love for that, you know, and I would love for if Earl won for them to do it again. You know, that's what we need. That's what we need in this day and age. One of them. You know, Pacquiao and Marquez probably was the last one I remember. I know Arturo Gotti and Mickey Ward got it on. Anthony Joshua got his rematch. He had to have a rematch clause in there. Then it was over. They should have did it the third time, you know. All of them ain't got to be pay-per-view. I'm sure that's easy for me to say. I ain't in there fighting shit. They want to get their money. Oh, shit. But, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I get there, but, I want to see Earl and Bud get it on. And if they do and Bud win again and decide to stay at 147, then yeah, I would want to see Boots and Bud. And I ain't jumping and switching like Bud was like, I'm an Earl fan. Man, got me fucked up. Earl fight Boots, I'm going with Earl. What you mean? You know? If you fight Boots, I don't give a fuck who win, man. I hope the best man win. Straight up. You whoop his young ass, then good for you. If he whoop your ass, good for him. You know, just want the best man to win at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game. Best man, take him on out. You know, we want to see who the best is. Most people that love boxing, they do. And hopefully the best is who I thought it was. You know, who want to be wrong? But let's see that again. I do. And hopefully, you know, the little issues or whatever Earl had going on. And again, not concerned with an opinion. Well, everybody got an opinion, and mine is because no facts and nothing's come out. So it's an opinion. So mine versus yours is just mine versus yours. But yeah, it just didn't look to be the same guy that I saw fight previously, you know. And Bud made him pay for it like he should have. So I ain't knocking Bud or taking it away from him. He probably would have won regardless. Who knows? But I don't believe so. So I'm sticking with who I got. And Bud whooped that ass again and shit. Man, my guy just ain't the best, but he's still my dude, you know. I'm gonna rep who I rep with. And I stick with the way I choose who I'm going for is based off of geographical reasons a lot of times, you know. I'm a Cowboy fan because I was born in Dallas. I'm a Maverick fan for the same Rangers, all of them. So anybody coming out of Dallas, I'm going to ride with, man, you know. Maurice Hook and them, Virgil. Shout out to Quincy Taylor. Shout out to Polly Ayala. Man, I can't think of my other guy. Man, it's been a minute, but a lot of them dudes, man. I know I forgot a couple dudes. I got to go all the way back to Curtis Coates because I did not see him fight. I know him as a trainer. I don't know him, but I know him. I knew of him. He was a trainer. I know people that do know him or knew him. But yeah, anytime a Dallas or Texas dude lining it up with somebody, I'm going with them. Depending on how close you are to me is how I choose, you know. You right out of my neighborhood, and I don't care who you fighting. I'm with you. They can be in Dallas too. I'm going with you. You know, and if they win, I ain't mad. Make the best man win. That's how I go. But I ain't gonna hold you. Whoever, appreciate the view. Shit, we can do that. Appreciate that though. And we'll see how it go and where it go from here.